Okay, so when is the right time to quit your job and go full-time with your own business? I see so many people now. We are in an age where people want to quit their job. You've been told your whole life to go to school, get good grades, go to college or university, and then to get yourself a well-paying job, to get yourself a high-paying job and, buy a house and all of that. But I think now people are waking up to the fact that there's another way, and there's another way to live life. There's another way to enjoy life as well. And you don't have to spend every single day of your life working for somebody else. And I think the purpose of these videos, if I just speak from the heart, I want to be real with it. I want to be authentic about what I'm doing and what I'm sharing with you, because it's so easy to go online, follow people, see what's out there, and there's the Lamborghini lifestyle, Ferraris, yachts, and all of that, and that's great, and that's motivating and can inspire you. But ultimately, then it comes back to, well, in the short term, what's the reality for you? And I left my job, and in my own mind, I had this perception that I was going to be rich, or I was going to be very, very successful, and I was going to have a six-figure business in the space of 90 days. And it's not the case. And I'm not saying that in a way that it's not impossible. Of course it's possible. But if you're going to step into business, then there has to be a level of patience, which you've got to have. And we're so used now to having everything on demand. Like, I can go on my phone, you can order food straight away, I can order a taxi, an Uber, I can do it all so quickly. You can watch your favorite films in an instant. You can speak to somebody on the other side of the world in an instant. And we want things on demand. So what happens is now, as I see a lot of people who are so desperate to quit their job, what they actually end up doing is they quit their job early to go full-time with a business, but then actually end up shooting themselves in the foot because they become desperate. So let me explain what I mean by that. So what happens is they're in a paying job. It's paying their salaries, it's paying their rent, or perhaps their mortgage. It's paying all their bills and sorting the food out, all of that. They get tired of it, you get fed up of it, you don't want to do it anymore, and then I see people quit. And because now they don't have that income stream coming on, there is a delay in the time in them getting an income through their business, because there are certain skills that you don't have yet, certain abilities that you haven't acquired, there's knowledge that you don't have, and to get those things takes time, it takes persistence. It doesn't just happen overnight when you start your own business. So then what happens is those people, they've quit and they're they're getting better at these skills, but that income's not coming in. So then they're struggling to put food on the table. And the reason I say this is because I talk from first-hand experience. Like, I got to a point I was so fed up of my job, I was so miserable in my job, and every day I'd wake up and I would dread going there. And the projects that I was working on, I hated it. And I just wanted to quit. I'd seen this life for myself. I could have this freedom for myself, I could enjoy life. And I gave 3 months notice because I wanted to do the honorable thing. I didn't just want to leave them in the shit overnight. And so I gave them 3 months notice. That was the longest 3 months of my life, waiting to be able to leave. And I'll tell you what, in the first 30 days, I hadn't generated any income in my business. So I'd cut off my income supply from my job, hadn't generated any income in my business. And it was hell. Like, at one point, I couldn't even put food on the table. The insulting thing was the superstore, the Tesco's supermarket I could see it outside my window, and I couldn't even go there to do my shopping. And that was a moment when, one of my own best friends showed up at my door with like bags of shopping, food shopping, and dinners that they had cooked. But what I've learned now, as I've grown and I've learned more about business, what I've realized is that you don't have to put yourself in that situation ever in the first place. And actually, if I think back, if I'd just been strategic, and okay, in the long term, I could say maybe it worked out, and I'm doing great now, and I'm happy, and things are going in the direction I want them to be, and I'm achieving some great things. And yes, I quit my job, but what goes through my mind is, did I need to quit at the time that I need to? Could I have actually just stayed in my job for longer and just changed my mindset about how I saw it, and then quit my job whilst I'm building up a salary for my job on the side whilst I'm working in that full-time 9 to 5. And I would build up an income from my business, build up a salary in my business that I can then be taking. And then that transition is so much smoother because you've got an income from your job, then you're building up a consistent income from your business, and they get neck and neck with each other, and then you can just make the transfer. And I just see people who are so desperate, but that actually shoots them in the foot, and they end up hurting themselves, and they end up setting themselves back financially, and they get demoralized so much quicker. I'm asking you to think, well, what if there's a better way? And if you could just have that patience to build your business on the side and do what matters most. So if you are working a full-time job, it's hard because it's never 9 to 5 now, is it? It's more like 7 a.m. till the morning, till 7 p.m. at the night that you're being asked to do stuff. So it's never just a 9 to 5. But the time that you can find, and we can all find the time to do it, if it's just an hour a week or 3 hours on the weekend, it's something. But use that time to start building up that second income. You will go, it won't feel like it in the beginning, but you will end up going so much faster than the way that I took. If I think about it, I probably set myself back a couple of years by sabotaging that income and getting rid of that income from a full-time job. And yeah, okay, there are people out there who say, no, you got to burn the bridges, or if you want to take the island, burn the boats. And that's great, and it puts you into a certain mentality. But what are you going into business for? Are you wanting to start a business to suffer in life? Or are you starting a business because you actually want to add to your life and you want to make your life richer, you want to make your life more fulfilled? Because if that's the case, then you're going to be in business for a long time anyway. So it's not like you have to jump in straight away and put yourself in a dangerous position. You're going to be in business for a long time. So I think if you're listening to this or you're watching this, what do you think? Actually, what if you just slow down and think about things more strategically? Now, when I say slow down, I don't mean don't take action, right? Oh, Tom says slow down, I should just watch Netflix tonight. I'm not saying that at all. Work smart, do the things that matter in business. The real thing that you should be focused on is sales and marketing for your business. Nothing else in those early days, in fact, all the time. It's so important to have those generating and you working in those areas. Because without that, your business is definitely going to struggle. And if you want to go quicker, if you do want to go faster, and you do want to be able to quit your job as quickly as possible, my suggestion is build that income up on the side. So that's my thoughts for this episode. It's about, for you, think about when is the right time to quit your job. And I know right now you're desperate to quit. I know you want to go and do something else. I know you want to live a fulfilled life. But don't give up that income so quickly. Put yourself in a great, fantastic financial position. And then you can go all out with your business, okay? So that's my thoughts on that. I hope you like it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if that helps.